Now we will enter into the first session. First we are going to work on the waking state, physical body. Physical body means the body which you are having now, with the body with which you are sitting here. Jakrat Sarira. What we can achieve understanding about this body? What is actually we need to do on this body? According to me, there is only one thing. When the shoe fits, leg is forgotten. When the belt fits, belly is forgotten. When the chain fits, neck is forgotten. You forget the neck if the chain fits. When the belt fits, you forget the belly. When the shoe fits, you forget the leg. If you are continuously remembering the knee means what it means? You have knee pain. If you are continuously remembering the leg means what? Shoe is hurting. So if you forget the body, if you forget the boundary, you are totally healthy. If you are continuously remembering your boundary, if you are continuously remembering some part of your body, you are in trouble. A real healthy man, a real healthy person is such, he will totally forget the very existence of his body. He will be in continuously such a deep bliss. He will not have the boundary consciousness continuously. It is not that he will be insensitive. No. Understand, insensitivity is not what I am speaking. You see, for example, you have a knee pain, you take a painkiller. It is not that pain gets healed. What happens? You become insensitive to the pain. And the knee pain will come as a stomach pain. Stomach pain will come as a headache. Just the disease gets transferred. By allopathy medicine, that is what happens actually. If you take a strong painkillers, not all allopathy medicine, strong painkillers, what happens? It gets just transferred. And the transferring period, you think you got cured. You got cured. Anyhow, it just transfers the disease from here to there, here to there. If you take some painkiller, you become insensitive. But being insensitive is not what you are supposed to achieve. No. Utter sensitivity, but nothing hurts. You will be totally sensitive, but nothing will hurt you. That is what I call boundarylessness. Not feeling your boundary. The moment you feel your boundary, especially if you feel your boundary in the stomach navel region, you will have continuous depression. The people who are depressed and worrying, you can see they will always feel their boundary in the navel region. They will always remember the navel region. The main thing, they will have some stress, some tightness in that region, you can see. Always there will be a tightness. There will be a stress in the navel area. Important thing about this physical pain, which I have seen in my life. This incident I myself have seen. Maybe I would have explained to you, but once more I want to explain. There are so many new people. Just raise your hands if you have not done any course with me, ASP or SSP, NSP, first time. Raise your hands fully. Oh. Still no program is, you have not done any program, just raise your hands fully. Just let them count. What's the number?
Yeah, 36.
Oh, alright. Then I will have to tell this incident. I was living with a group of tribals in a tribal village in Madhya Pradesh. One day suddenly I saw in the center of the village they made a small hut one pregnant lady, she came inside the hut. In half an hour, she came out with baby. No attendant, no assistant, no medicine, no pain, no shouting, nothing. Just she came in. In half an hour, she walked out with the baby, laughing, smiling. I was just shocked. Actually, I was staying in a temple. Just near their temple only, they made this hut and this happened. How to ask? It just kept quiet. After a few days, after a week, again they made a hut. Same way. Again one more lady came. She went inside the hut. Nobody was there. Because I was sitting in the temple, I am seeing. She came inside. After half an hour, she came out with a baby. No pain, no assistant, no medicine, no shouting, nothing. I was just shocked. How can this happen? Then I asked one priest, who was the temple priest, I asked him. He comes once in a while and says hi to the god and goes. and there's not a big temple, small, 3-4 stones kept there. And I asked him, how this happens? He told me, pain. What is pain? First of all, he never understood the concept pain. Especially delivery pain. Then he asked, why there should be pain? Till the end, he was not even able to understand why should there be pain at all. Then slowly talking to them, I understood. The very idea there will be pain never exists with them. Because the idea is not there, pain is not there. Actually, only after this, I designed the program, Painless Delivery. There is a program for painless delivery. Of course, successfully we have executed, and so many Nityas and Anandas have taken birth with this meditation or healing or whatever you may call it. After that only I started thinking that language of painless delivery. Of course, now I am trying to bring it out as a program itself, as a course itself. Let us see. As of now, I myself do whatever has to be done, but I wanted to bring out as a program. Understand an important thing. The word pain is the main root and seed for pain. A continuous unconscious repetition of the word pain is the main seed for your pain. Few deep insights. When you grow, around the age of 3, you start picking up words from your elders. You start collecting words from your elderly people. So whatever they talk, I am stressed out, I am tired, I have headache, enough. All these words, you pick up from them. You pick up from them, and the same emotion which they show with that word, you try to give meaning to that words, understanding the same emotion. By and by, the time you reach 10 years, you start creating meaning for those words. If I work too much, I am supposed to get stressed out. If somebody shouts at me, I should get depressed. If somebody scolds me, I should feel irritated. If this is told towards me, I should be stressed out. You design all these things. You make a clear program. Understand, your mind is a simple computer program. Nothing else. Simple computer program. You just program it. But the problem is, you do it with so much of unconsciousness. And you get the input from all the unconscious sources, neither they know how much they are hurting you, nor you know how much you are hurting yourself by taking all these words. By the time you come to the age 14, you are totally equipped with all the words: pain, I am stressed out, I have problem. In America, more words. At least with Indian kids, all these words are not, they don't learn very easily. They don't hear so easily. And the words are very less. Here, so many different kinds of words. And you start using it. You give meaning to it. When you start using it, naturally you have that experience. When you experience, you confirm it again, start using more. When you use more, experience becomes more solid. Then again it becomes more deeper. The rut continues, which never ends. That's why now I'm trying to bring up few children, few kids, the ashram, our ashramates kids. I'm trying to bring them up. They should never hear the word I'm stressed out. They should never hear the word I'm depressed. They should never hear the word I'm disturbed. They should never hear the word pain. Now I'm trying to work, trying to do a research. Below 14, they will just live around me. Naturally, when they live around me, all these words have no meaning. And even the idea that we can work only 10 hours, 7 hours, all these things are just ideas. Just simple words and ideas, which you record in your system. Now I am trying to work. You will be surprised. Just in last 1 month, we did a small, I was just allowing those kids to be around me when I was in India. One of our ashramates' daughter. Here, only just two tables she will never be able to memorize. How many years she took, Sachidananda? Where are they? They said that just to memorize 2 tables, she was taking so much of time. But in 20-25 days, she finished 9 tables. She just finished 9 tables. The mind, because the pressure is removed, and these words, unnecessary input, is not given. She says, Swamiji, I won't go to the school. I said, don't go, don't worry, don't bother. If your mom means, what she would have done? No, you have to go. And so much of things, so many other things. The moment she comes and says, Swamiji, I don't want to go to school. Don't worry, go and play with my swans. Inside my room, there are my pet animals. My swans are there. Go and play with them. And nobody can go into my quarters to take her to school. And she told, no, they will put me in the bus. I said, no, just go inside my room, my quarters. They can't come there. Nobody can come there. And she is given so much of freedom, so much of mental relaxation. Actually, when you don't create words around them, the tremendous intelligence expresses. Of course, it is a very simple experiment. Still, I have not finished my experiment totally. I am just trying with simple things. Trying not to give these words, because in the ashram, the words never exist. I am depressed, I can't work, time is up, I am stressed out. These words have no meaning. These words can't exist at all, because morning 4:30 they have to get up, and night 2 o'clock they can go to bed. And people who have come and stayed in the ashram, they know the routine. This is the usual thing. This is not the 1 or 2 days. That's the usual thing. That is the way they live. And when the question disappears, you will be surprised. The kids also start living the same way. They don't get tired. Their eyes don't get red. Here, if you don't let them sleep for 1 day, what happens? Tell me what happens. Next day, you will see the hangover in them. They are ill. They are sick. They are not eating properly. Their eyes are red. Because the mind, the words which you put inside, the mental setup which you create is such, naturally any small thing, immediately their body will respond only for their mental setup, only for their programming. The program what you do to yourself plays a major role in your physical body. Understand? The mental programming plays a major role on your physical body. The word pain, the word that I am stressed, these words play a major role on your physical pain. I don't say if you break your leg, you will not have pain. But at least 80% of your pains, the pains which is created from inside. You see, all of you don't get pain only by breaking your leg or head. No. You simply get pains from inside. The pains comes from outside is very rare. Most of your pain, I can say at least 80% of your pain is from inside. It comes from inside. You suddenly get headache, you suddenly get knee pain, you suddenly get back pain. Not from any physical reason. One important thing you can understand, even if you don't do any physical work, just sit and think about something and get stressed out, you will have shoulder pain. You will have shoulder pain. You don't have to do any physical work, just think and get stressed out. You will have shoulder pain. Am I right? You can see it in your experience. You will have the shoulder pain. The words which you use towards yourself plays an important and major role. One more thing, let me explain one of my experience about the pain. Somebody asked Ramana Maharshi, he had a cancer. They asked him, do you have pain? He says, there is a pain, but there is no suffering. When there is no suffering, even the word pain has no meaning. Let me tell you what happened in my own body. Once after enlightenment, this happened after enlightenment, I put my hand in the car, Katasa car, the car door, and not only it got stuck, I did not even shout, I slowly opened the car, opened the gate and took my hand out. It is just, we can see it is becoming slowly bigger and bigger and bigger. The finger is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. People are running to get medicine, these, that, everything. I said, wait, relax. I saw very clearly from the navel, energy being supplied to that area. Like a gush, energy is moving. From here it is just coming up. It's moving through the shoulder. It is coming. It is being supplied to the hand. Just flooded. The energy is getting flooded. When the energy is getting flooded, the traffic jam happens actually. All other energy routes are stopped. Emergency. It's like just like emergency. If an ambulance comes, what do? You all give way. Just like that, the other usual activities, which is supposed to be done by other fingers, all those things are stopped, blocked. And just only this energy, the emergency ambulance goes there. I was seeing very clearly the energy flow. Then I understood, this is what you call it as pain. This is what you name it as pain. The re-equipping process or regaining process, the process which happens inside your body to heal, to get well, that is what you call it as a pain. When something new happens, you have no other name, you just rubber stamp it as a pain. You never see that, what is happening. You don't have so much of patience or awareness to see what it is and what is happening. You never see what it is. That is the reason you call it as a pain. You call the whole thing as a pain. And one more thing I experienced that time. I just allowed the whole thing to get settled. I never named it as a pain. Within half an hour, it became all right. I just removed the nail and threw it away. In Few days the nail came back, everything is all right. Totally in 10 days it became completely normal. But the moment you rubber stamp it as a pain, you stop the healing process. Understand? The moment you make anything negative, you make anything as a negative thing, you resist that process.